Chapter 22. I dare you, Jung said, holding out a greenish-yellow orb. Green apple killers are death ball. Another thrilling Saturday at Froggy's. Simultaneous death balls, I suggest. First to poker loses. You're on. She handed me one, unwrapped another. Ready? Set? Go! Killer sword death balls are the latest thing in mouth churches and sods and pop rocks, those things that were like eating Alka-Seltzers. Chili KSDBs are red and cinnamon hot. The green ones are saucer than a dozen lemons. The saliva flowed, the walls of my cheeks closing as my mouth practically turned itself inside out. So did John's. We need more practice, she said. Hey man, said a youngish guy in a John Deere cap as he walked up to us at the counter. You got any of those satin cigarettes? Excuse me? I said. Young looked horrified. You know, Satan? That's a brand of cigarettes. There are not, to my knowledge, any cigarettes that go by the brand name Satan, I said. The guy's pants were covered in a bright red dust. He had an Iron River or plant hat in one hand. The name written on it in marker that pen was Bergstrom. Miss Knudsen said the mining companies had set up the trust that had built and now maintained the high school. It seemed weird that kids went to school that looked like a mansion and then ended up working in the dust of the mines after. You used to carry them when the other guy ran the store, he said, doing an earnest search of the rack. There they are. Where? I said with disbelief. I couldn't believe Abuji would let something like that in the store. He practically had a fit when he saw the Underwood delivery ham level, thinking there was a candy table inside it or something. There, over there, he said, urgently pointing, right under the Salems. I looked. There were a brand of lady cigarettes in a postal box. You got a free pair of earrings or pantyhose or something once you amaze a black lung's worth of UFCs. The cigarettes were called satin cigarettes. I said gently, as if I was breaking the news that he was being held back in a second grade for the third time. Those are satin cigarettes, like satin sheets for the ladies. Uh-huh. He nodded slowly, if he didn't quite believe me. But the package was purple and pink, for goodness sakes. Give me the Marlboros then. I gotta pack them. You guys don't have any of that stuff, do you? He said suddenly. Stuff? Was he talking some weird Iron River language? Young and I looked at each other and shrugged. The guy looked disgusted, unsatisfied. He spun on his heel, and left, leaving the coins he used to pay still spinning on the corner. No one else came in for a while, so Jung and I restocked the shelves carefully to follow all the franchise instructions, which I thought were stupid. What would it matter if the spam was placed above the spaghettios? Miss Knudsen would certainly approve of such a product placement, but who else would care? Do you think Apogee still has his gun? Young said out the blue. Back in LA, we know a number of people who've been robbed, even killed, so Apogee had bought a gun. I wouldn't be surprised, I said. Did I ever tell you how the store got held up? Young looked shocked. What? No, never. It happened when I was 12. Omar had to go somewhere, so Apogee had me at the store in case he needs some help. He had to go into the basement for something and told me to man the register. I remember that day so clearly, the way the store smelled, vaguely fruity like chewed gum. How I almost hope we get customers so I could test my skills on the cash register. These three guys came in, I said. They didn't say anything. They just stood at the counter. I was about to ask them what they wanted, but then I saw the gun. Jesus, champ, John hardly ever swears. She put a hand to her mouth. The gun had been of dull color, fitting snugly in the man's squat fingers. Guns definitely look cooler in the movies. I figured I knew what they wanted. Didn't need to wait for them to tell me. I gave them everything, even the food stamps. Oh my god, where was Savaji in all this? Downstairs. Luckily, could you imagine what would have happened if he busted the whole thing up with his gun? This store is not the best place for a shootout. The robbers had been calm, cold, almost polite. They stashed the cash and the gun and walked out, as if they merely been in to get a bag of barbecue potato chips. And then Abuji came up a few minutes later, and I told him what happened. So how come you never told us? Oh well, Abuji didn't tell the police because he said they wouldn't do anything, and you can trust them. He didn't tell you because we didn't want to scare you. It wasn't like Abaji said, don't tell Young or Norman. It just turned out that way. And even now, I was telling Young everything. After the robbers left, I sort of went into shock. Abaji came up and found me sitting in front of the till, its drawers open and empty. I was sure he was going to lose it. Now the drama was past. What do you do? What you do? How much money did we lose? Why didn't you call me? But no, he didn't even ask what happened. He just looked at me, gently patted at my clothes as if he was checking for bullet holes or missing limbs. His mouth was turned down, like he was on the verge of crying. He almost looked like a little kid who lost his favorite stuffed animal. When he found nothing missing or perforated, he grabbed me and held me close, like he hadn't done since I was really, really small. He smelled like garlic, oil, hair, and sweat. I wish he never stopped hugging me. Anybody who me? This place was lousy service. John and I went to check the boys out. Miku was standing at the register. I saw him look at John and smile. May I help you, sir? I asked. Yes. Could you ring this up? He said. He picked up bottles of Gatorade and a quart of milk. Anything else? I asked quiet the professional as I rang up his stuff. He shook his head. For fun, I threw a green apple's KSDB into the bag. Maybe in the future he could participate in the no, Q, KSDB Olympics with us. See you later. He winked at Young. She blushed. Chancellor. I'll catch you at the park, right? We were going over there to practice some, just us. Yeah, I meant to put 30 cents for the KSDB into the register, but Young and I became absorbed in straightening the Astropop display on the counter. Astropops were shaped like rockets and in three patriotic colors: red, white, and blue. We arranged them so they stuck out in the different directions, looking like they were going to blast off all over the store. Very eye-catching. A lobster claw grabbed my arm. Don't you be passing off free things to your friends, Abaji hissed. It took me a second to realize what he was talking about. It was a 30-cent piece of candy, Abaji, I said, my first clench underneath the counter, and I was planning to pay for it. Don't use your smart mouth with me. I am your father. I'm not being smart, I'm telling you the truth. You never listen. I was thinking. You just never listen. I was thinking. You. He raised his hand. In the split second, I decided if he was going to hit me, just as he probably been wanting to go for years. I would absolutely let him. Oh, hi. Miko materialized in front of us, like on Star Trek. Abaji's hand dropped. Gosh, I'm sorry. I just rolled this space out and forget to pay for this. He laid three shiny dimes on the corner and smiled wanly at Abaji. Sorry again. See you. Abaji skulked back downstairs. I dropped the three dimes, pink, 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 into the till. How he know? Jong said with awe. Does he understand Korean or something? No, he just understands the universal language of the way uptight jerk face father. Chan, it's true, I said headily. He never gives me, or anyone, a chance. Then he goes around acting so righteous like he Mr. Perfect or something. Need I remind you that we are here on account of some screw up of his brothers? But no, Punk's fine, and I never do anything right. Chan, don't talk like that. I could tell I'll upset her. Okay, I won't, I said slowly, but that doesn't change anything. When my shift was over, Abuji came by. It looked like he was going to say something. I have no idea what. But then he stopped. I took my hat, laid it on the counter, and didn't say a word either. Then I walked out the door of the store and kept going alone.